Hi, I'm Willie. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And what we're going to take a look at in this video is possibly what could be your next NAS, or maybe not. Who knows? But I want to thank Ugreen for sending this out. You've probably seen Ugreen's crowdfunding campaign to get their NAS out in the market. If you're familiar with Ugreen, they make all kinds of charging accessories, cables, things like that. And they decided to put their spin on a NAS. Is it going to be your next NAS? I don't know. Let's take a look at this. So this is the 4-bay model. They sent this to me. The exact model is the DXP4800 Plus. So this is a 4-bay, and it's a really nice looking piece of hardware. Empty. I don't know exactly how much it weighs. You could look on the spec sheet, but it is not a horrible looking piece of hardware. On the front, you can see we've got USB, USB-C. Looks like we've got like an SD card slot. Is that what that is? Yeah, SD card slot. We got our power switch over here, and then you've got all your LED indicators. It's got the model number right here on the front. Now, I have been running this since they had a pre-release version of software, and I'm going to show you the software. And it was really rough around the edges to begin with, but they really beefed up the software, especially coming up to the release. As you're seeing this will either have been released or is in the process of being released, and we're going to talk about that too. On the back, they've got this magnetic, like, dust collector that goes on the big fan on the back. And then down here on the bottom, we've got HDMI out, so you can have HDMI out on this. You've got USB ports. You've got a 10 gig LAN port, a 2.5 gig LAN port, the reset button, and then, of course, the power source there. And it does have an external power brick. I didn't drag that out. I had to shut this down. Like I said, I've been testing it. I've given other people access to it. They did send 4 hard drives. And the hard drive caddies are a little bit different than some of the other manufacturers. Now, these are all labeled which slot they should go in. This one's 1 and then through 4. But what I want to show you, if I can get this drive out of here, the way that you actually mount these drives, so when the hard drive caddy comes out, you'll notice on the side, like with some of the other manufacturers, that you have an additional piece of plastic. Well, this actually has, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's little knobs that are actually built in, and that's what goes into the holes on the side of the hard drive. So the hard drives literally just snap into this. So you just get it lined up, and you just got to make sure that it's lined up, and then you snap it in, and that's it. So now it's ready to go into the NAS. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load these drives back in. So you can see, oof, one drive adds quite a bit of heft to this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and put all these other 4 drives in. We are going to get logged into this. I'll show you the software of the NAS. We'll talk a little bit about what I think about it, and then we'll talk about how you can get your own. So I'll be right back. All right, real quick before I take this back into the other room, I'm going to lift this thing up now that it's got the drives in it. You can see the drives there. There's feet on the bottom. Got serial number, all that jazz. Also, right here, you can put M.2 NVMe drives in here for caching or for storage. And I didn't ask for any of those. They didn't send them. But let me get this bad boy back on the network, and we'll take a look. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and log into this. When you first set this up, it is just like every other mainstream NAS, if you know the manufacturers we're talking about, where it walks you through formatting the drives, installing the operating system, and they even have like a find whatever service. So we're going to go ahead and log into this, and you have to accept the user agreement, but we're going to go ahead and log in. And when I first got this, the software was nowhere near this polished. It was even very rough looking. It was like the icons were not smooth. They've done a real good job in the last couple of weeks, really pushing this through. So if we click on our start menu up here, you can see all of the things that we get. This looks very familiar, the way that this works. If we go to App Center, they said that virtual machines will be coming and other apps will be coming. As you see this right now, these are all of the apps that are available. There's supposed to be more that are coming. So you've got content search, control panel, DLNA, downloads, which is a download manager, file manager, log center, photos. And I don't have downloads or photos. I don't have those installed. Security manager, storage manager, support, sync and backup, so that you can sync and back up this device, not other devices to it. We got task manager, version manager, search, text editor, and video center. And so I will tell you that one of the easiest things that I have done with this device is copied some of my movies over to it in MP4 format, enabled DNLA, and every Roku in the house with the Roku app can stream from the device. It's fantastic. It was so easy. I didn't have to do anything else, and I'll show you that here in just a second. So if we open the DLNA, and we can turn that on, I had turned it off, then you have to have your shared folder. So my shared directory is called Attention Please, and that's it. And now it's broadcasting on the network, and anything that is compatible with DLNA will pick that up. The other thing that I've been using is the video center. Now, obviously, these are all copywritten movies, and I also had this blocked from going out to the internet while I was testing the device, while I was trying to see what kinds of things the device, where it was reaching out to. And so the video center, if you watch some other creators' videos, you'll see that they talk about how it went out and it found titles and things like that, but it was in Japanese or Chinese. I think it was Chinese. It was in Chinese, but mine was blocked, and so I haven't told it to go back out and to do that yet. But you can see, and I'll just give you just a little bit of a movie here. We don't want to cause any copyright anything or others, but I'm just going to click play on this, and you'll see, boom, it's going to come up, and it's going to start playing this movie, and I can jump around in the movie. My connection here to this is only 1 gig, but it's plugged into the network at 2.5 gig. So, but it plays very well, and you can use the HDMI on this, obviously, to play your media. So that's what you get as far as apps go. And then in the control panel, once again, this probably looks pretty familiar. You've got your user management. You've got file services here. This should all look really familiar. You got your device connection. You've got remote access. So they have the Ugreen link service. You can do DDNS. We've got our portal settings. And of course, we're going to make everything redirect to HTTPS. You can enable SSH or Telnet. Of course, we can do domain or LDAP binding. We've got all of our UPS, our power stuff, right? So auto boot after power on. We can do wake on LAN, all the energy things here, time and language. So all of this stuff, in fact, the screens look pretty familiar, right? Now, it's obviously not as fleshed out as it's going to be at some point, and I'm assuming that they wanted to see what the interest is. But I will tell you, from the first time that I got this, the software is tenfold better. So I'm assuming if people are going to, invest in this, that they're going to keep it up. So let's just real quick take a look, at the hardware, and you can see that I just powered this on. But it's an Intel Pentium Gold 8505, 4.4 gigahertz with 5 cores, 6 threads. We've got 8 gigs of memory, and then those are 4 terabyte Western Digital red drives. Everything looks good there. You can see our service configuration here, device analysis. Here's that web find. So find.ugnas.com. Pretty familiar. So it's going to be interesting to me. I think that they've done a decent job. But what's really going to be a differentiator in the beginning is the price. So let me get that pulled up. All right, so here is the Ugreen NAS Sync Series Kickstarter. I'll leave a link to this down below. You can see that they've already, people have already pledged like $2.6 million to this. And it's amazing, right? And you can just see as we're watching this, it just went up. So if we scroll down, they want to know what your frustrations are, all this good stuff. And with other NASs, you know, you buy the hardware, you own it. So they are going to have a 2, a 4. This is the Plus. It looks like they're going to have a 6 and an 8. And then they've got the all flash that's coming. Now, I don't know if these are all coming out like right now. All I know is when I started talking to them, they're like, hey, you want the 2-bay? Yeah, sure, we'll try it out. And then they're like, you know what? We're going to send you the 4-bay Plus. And that really worked out. That worked out for me. I'm hoping that it gets as polished as their pictures. So it's coming. I think if it's something that you want to, if it's something that you want to get in on early and watch a product grow and watch it mature, this is a perfect opportunity, especially look at this price. So right now, you can get 40% off of this unit that they sent me, this 4-bay for $419. It's usually going to be $699.99, and then you just got to add some drives to it. You can see this all flash is going to be $479. You can get the non Plus version for $359. You could go with the 2-bay for $239. You could go with the 6-bay for $599 or the 8-bay for $899. Those prices are fantastic. Now, I know with Kickstarter, there's always some concern about, are you going to get your product? Well, if you're wondering, is this product real? At least the 4-bay, I can tell you is real. You saw it. I was holding it in my hands. We logged into it. So it's up to you. I'll leave a link to this down below if you've got any questions or if you would like access to the box. Let me know. You can reach out to me. Go over to the website, fill out the contact form, or join the forum at community.williehowe.com. The link is down there. Join the community. Hit me up on there. Fill out our contact form, whatever. If you'd like to get access as a user to see this ahead of time. I don't have problems giving people user accounts so they can at least, poke around, see if it's something that they like. That rack back there, you're all going to be able to have access to all this ISP gear. So I don't mind. I don't mind you taking a look at it, So they sent it to me, so we're going to open it up. And if you've got any other questions about this, let me know. I'll leave the relevant links down below. Again, thank you to thank you to Ugreen for sending this NAS out. I do appreciate it. I like all things networking. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, share, follow me on Twitter and TikTok. Those links are down below, along with affiliate links, links to find out all about these devices. And if you need IT consulting, you want to hire us, head on over to williehowe.com, fill out the contact form that's right there on the front page. Come on over to community.williehowe.com, join the community, join in the conversation, and I'm going to keep using this thing. I'm going to load it up with all of my movies so that I can access them from everywhere, and as they get other apps like their virtual machine manager, we're going to throw that on there. We'll expand the RAM. We're going to run this thing as far as we can. So I want to thank you for being here, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.